But, anywho's, long story short, teachers should be paid more.
Long story short.
Teachers deserve more money for having to put up with shitty kids.
Shitty kids.
And we love the youth.
Don't forget, we love the youth here.
We
at
love the
Film
youth.
Buster.
Filmabuster!
Hello, welcome to Filmabuster.
Hey, John.
Hey, Michael. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm not a big fan of the weather today. I normally bring up the weather for some reason. It's a little snowy. We had a spring showers.
Yeah.
And I'm glum about it.
Fair enough. I mean, the atmosphere does feel gloomy. It's that like, hey, just cuddle up with like 20 blankets.
Yeah.
Have yourself a nice bowl of hot chili.
Oh, some chili.
Yeah. And watch The Book of Eli.
Where it's also gloomy.
Yeah, it is very gloomy. Which The Book of Eli is the movie we are going to be talking about today. Mm-hmm. So if you don't want it spoiled, even though it's 11 years old.
This has been spoiled for me for 10 years, I'm pretty sure.
If you don't want this 11-year-old movie spoiled for you, then leave.
Leave, go home.
Yeah, return from whence you came. Yeah, this movie is on HBO Max.
HBO Max right now, yep.
So for free.
Yeah, it's great.
So if you just have the subscription, go watch it if you have not seen it yet.
Yeah, it's only 2 hours. It's a little long, but it's really not that bad.
I'm going to fact check you on that. It is not 2 hours. It is 117 minutes.
Oh. All right. Continue.
Silence.
We're killing it with the fun facts today, aren't we?
Anyways, I always put like the stock information first.
Yeah, the boring shit.
Yeah, so The Book of Eli is what we're talking about. It came out in 2010, January of 2010. Mm-hmm. So basically right at the start of the new year. It is a post-apocalyptic neo-western.
Is that what they call it?
That is, well, at least that's what Wikipedia says.
It makes
and
sense.
Wikipedia is the most reliable source of information.
I went on there and actually added that this morning. So.
But honestly, I did write post-apocalyptic action western. I wrote that down myself, and then I saw on Wikipedia that they call it a post-apocalyptic neo-western. So
okay.
I'm pretty much right there.
Yeah, I like that. That makes sense.
I'm like right outside the bullseye. Mm-hmm. Like just like on the ring of the bullseye, close enough.
Yeah, it's
close enough to make me feel good about myself. Anyways, yes, The Book of Eli, directed by Hughes Brothers, or Hugh Brothers, who are also part of Menace II Society and Dead Presidents from Hell, which are two movies I've never heard of.
No, I didn't know you were talking about movies. I was like, is that like a cult?
Oh. No, those are movies that they've done. Menace to Society and Dead Presidents from Hell.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those.
Although, Dead Presidents from Hell, I'm very curious.
Sign me up.
I am very curious.
We should look on HBO Max. Maybe it's up.
Must be in the realm of like Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
President Lincoln.
That had Anthony Mackie in it.
Anyways.
I just realized that. I was like, that's Anthony Mackie.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Also, written by Gary Whitta, who co-wrote After Earth with Shamalama Ding Dong.
Oh, no.
But he co-developed Rogue One.
Oh, yes.
So he's been in a few like
notable films.
Yes,
at least.
notable films. Especially with the Rogue One. I mean, if you could get in that Disney door, get your foot in the door there, like there's a lot of money there.
Unless you do John Carter, you're good.
Okay, that's true. Disney does have its stinkers for sure. It does have its bad stuff, but nonetheless, Rogue One, I think overall was a success.
Yes, it was. People loved it.
I personally, I liked it. I liked it too. It got the job done for what it was meant to do.
Yeah,
it filled in some gaps.
So good on him.
But anyways, that's a
different
opinion for another episode.
Yeah.
The music was by Atticus Rose.
Atticus Rose.
Yes.
I love that theme.
Not only is Atticus Rose a very cool name, he also worked on The Social Network.
With Trent Reznor?
With Trent Reznor.
Oh.
He also worked on Girl with the Dragon Tattoo with Trent Reznor.
Oh.
He also worked on the movie Soul, which, hey, that movie is up for
Best Animated.
Yes, Best Animated.
Yeah. Well, shit, man.
And with Trent Reznor, not on Soul, but he is a member of Nine Inch Nails.
No, he isn't. Is
Yeah,
he?
he is.
What?
Yes. He was their music producer in 2006. He helped him out, and then in 2016 he jumped on as a full-time member.
That's great.
It didn't say what he was playing though, but
He probably just does
I'm sure he can play
a lot of
whatever he
things.
wants.
Yeah.
Except drums.
This-
Leave the drums to the drummer.
Right. This this theme, I brought it up when I was watching The Greatest Showman. I think it's like 1, 2, 4, 3 or something. It's like ba da da da, and it's in every uplifting anything.
And guess what?
It's right here.
It's in this film. It's
like,
in this film. It is
there
the
it is.
main theme of this film.
And I loved it.
Let's see. Oh yeah. Going with the budgets. So this, which fun fact, this film was filmed in New Mexico, United States.
Oh, with Walter White.
Yeah. Just right around the corner.
Yeah,
you know, there's
yeah.
a trailer and
There must be some blue meth in that
him
movie
and
somewhere.
his whitey tighties walking around.
Actually, no, it was 2000. When did Breaking Bad come out?
I don't know.
I don't even
I don't know.
know.
I could look it up, but I'm not gonna. Anyways, so the budget for this was $80 million. $80
$80 million.
million went into the budget of this film.
It was a lot of CGI. And,
CGI.
well, green screen.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair.
Just backgrounds and stuff. And there was even like that boat put in. Donk. In the last little bit when he's going to Alcatraz, there's like this big CGI boat right next to their little boat.
Was there?
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it kind of
I
did
don't
the
know.
300 thing.
I didn't even really like pay attention to it.
Yeah,
I'm just
because-
like, oh yeah, it's a rundown boat.
Because like in 300 and stuff like that, they always like they saturate it so much that the CGI just looks like it's just part of that world,
Yeah.
which is really smart.
Well, yeah, it also helped with the way they did the lighting and all that. Everything
Yeah.
just like,
Looked fake.
I mean, most of the abs in that movie were fake. So
Right. God bless him.
yeah. Anyways, not Gerard Butler's though. He was the real deal.
He was the real deal.
He was fucking jacked. Okay, so budget $80 million. Box office $157.1 million.
So it was a hit.
It was a hit.
It wasn't
This
like a hit,
made-
but it was a hit.
Yeah, it wasn't a giant hit. I mean, it was slow to start.
Yeah.
Because if I remember correctly, it came out around the same time Avatar came out, Big Blue People.
Gotcha. So
it had to compete with one of the highest grossing films of
all
all time.
yeah.
But it still did well for itself. And yeah, at the end of the day, they made almost double their money that they budgeted. So, hey, good for you.
Honestly, probably just because Denzel Washington's in it.
Well, actually, going into that, the cast, we actually had a few big names.
Yeah.
A few big names. So Denzel Washington is the star. He is the man known as Eli. At least, oh, no, wait, no. Yeah, his name is Eli. He does say.
At the very end
He
there. Yeah.
says at the very end, my name is Eli. Anyways, so he is Eli.
Eli.
We have Gary Oldman,
I love seeing him
the
in this role.
legendary
Yes.
Gary Oldman.
Yeah, he's so good, man.
He's fantastic. I love him in basically everything he's in.
I don't think I've disliked a role. I mean,
Yeah.
the one most divisive is probably The Fifth Element.
But even then, he's still
great.
He's enjoying himself.
He's having a
He's
ball.
having a good time. That whole movie. I mean, come on. You got
Brucey Bruce
Chris Tucker.
and Chris Tucker just going
Chris
crazy.
Tucker's. Yeah, if you liked Chris Tucker's part, then you've got to like Gary Oldman's part.
Yeah, they know what they're
because Chris
doing.
Tucker was just like, I don't know what's happening right now. Yeah, yeah. That's again, that's a movie we'll have to review eventually.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, so we got Denzel Washington, we got Gary Oldman, we have Mila Kunis.
Mila Kunis.
Mila Kunis.
That dated the movie a little bit.
You think so?
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. There were also, hold on real quick. What's his name? Tom Waits.
Tom Waits was in there. I love seeing
Tom
him.
Waits is also, he's also, a very well-known actor.
Yeah, I don't think I've disliked anything he's in.
Yes.
Really.
Likewise.
Yeah, he's so good. He was so his chemistry with Denzel in that scene was great too. It was so much fun to watch.
Yes.
I love Tom Waits.
I agree. And there's one more
Come on.
one more person. I want to make sure I get their name right.
Yeah,
Ray,
yeah.
Ray Stevenson.
Ray Stevenson.
Yes, he was Red Ridge.
Oh, okay.
The bald guy who
Yeah.
who wanted Mila Kunis' character.
Mm-hmm.
Ray Stevenson. If any of you have watched Dexter, I absolutely love his character that he plays in Dexter.
Who was he in Dexter?
I forget the character's name.
What'd he do?
He was part of like the Russian mafia, like that guy that he like teams up with a little bit.
I gotta watch that again. I don't remember.
I'll have to look up the characters' names again.
Yeah, it makes sense that he was in this. I was like, who is this actor?
he was in Dexter.
Okay.
His character was badass in Dexter. I liked him a lot.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
But yeah, I mean, a pretty good cast. Pretty good cast of characters. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
So, Michael,
Hmm?
did you like this film?
I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that? Well, what brought on negative feels going into it?
I don't know. Maybe just the 10 years of being spoiled already for me, which didn't really help out too much. I'm kind of done with bleak movies from this time. I mean, we just watched, you'll see another episode, we just watched 9. Same feel, same post-apocalyptic gray tones. Ugh. And it was really popular at that time, but now it's just kind of bleak for the sake of being bleak. You can still have color and be dark.
Fair enough.
But that was I was kind of, I don't really want to watch that. But
I guess, yeah, that is fair. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah,
but
you're fine.
I get that. We love fantasizing about post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
We just love it.
Yeah. And that new,
just the way
what
it
is it? The World Army of the Dead is coming out.
Yes.
And
Starring Dave Bautista.
See, that looks like now's post-apocalyptic. That looks like colorful. That looks fun, even though it's still bleak.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a bleak world they live in, but it looks colorful. It pops a little bit.
Totally.
It was really popular right around this time to be very, very gray or very, very like piss yellow.
Yes.
And it's not a bad thing, but
almost in a way bland.
Yeah.
Trying to be as bland as possible. Because
you don't want to be there.
Because let's be honest, post-apocalyptic times probably aren't going to be very fun.
Not very fun.
Probably not going to be a lot of sunshine and rainbows. Well,
Yeah.
Actually, there's probably going to be a lot of sunshine, but not so many rainbows.
No. No, but I did like the movie. I after watching it for a little bit, I really liked how this stoic character that Denzel played was also kind of goofy.
Yeah.
I fear no evil because thou art with me. And that whole verse he said, and Mila Kunis was like, "Did you write that?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Really?" No.
No. It was Johnny Cass from This Prison.
Yeah, that line too. Like, I loved how fun he was, and yeah, I that brought me in, and then seeing Gary Oldman brought me in more. I think these two characters really led the movie.
Yes.
And so
I
I was hooked after I saw Denzel kind of just being himself.
Yeah, which makes sense to the marketing. I mean, when you look at posters for the movie, the two actors, it only posts two actors. And
it does post
Denzel Washington, Gary Oldman.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Book of Eli. Because, I mean, the movie is focused on them.
Yeah.
Even though, yeah, I would argue that Mila Kunis' character does play a big role into it.
Well, that surprises me, too. Because, okay, I'll say it now. My issue with the movie was Mila Kunis. Not her character,
Really?
her acting. She can't stack up against people like Denzel Washington, Gary Oldman. And when they're in a scene together, it kind of hurts.
Yeah.
It's like, not that you're doing a bad job, you're just up against a force to be reckoned with like Gary Oldman, and you're kind of just playing yourself in that 70s show.
I follow you on that. I will say there are a few moments in this movie where I believe that she does a very, very, very good job.
Can you tell me them? If you can remember them, because I'm curious.
Yes. So the two moments that I enjoyed, and I guess to be fair, it doesn't really it's not really a moment where she's trying to compete, so to speak.
Right.
Right. The first one is when it's like right after she almost gets raped and Eli saves her. and she just like they're both walking on the street again, and she just breaks down like afterwards.
You're right. I just got chills when you brought that up.
I thought that was fantastic.
That was nice.
You know, I thought from a directorial standpoint, from a writing standpoint, and also the way she did it, I thought was fan-fucking-tastic. And also when Eli gets shot, her reaction. Again, it also helps from a directorial, from the sound,
the slow motion there.
Yeah, the way they just did the high-pitched sound, like no voices.
Well, same thing happened when she was like almost getting raped. When that
just the high static,
really powerful. Like I'm literally like chills right now because that was really good.
In those moments, I thought, I felt she did a very good job. What's that?
I feel like that's still the director doing literally all of it. Maybe not the breaking down a little bit. I might agree with you on that one a little bit, but it was like, I don't know. It just feels like her best parts in this movie is when she's just yelling. And it's like, that goes to show how good the rest of it was.
I guess that's true. I don't know. I didn't really mind her character that much. I don't feel like she brought down any scenes, but I do understand that when you compare it to the level of acting that Denzel Washington and Gary Oldman are bringing, even what's her name? Jennifer Beals, her mom. You know, I just feel like they did better.
Yeah, they did. And the thing is,
that doesn't mean that Mila Kunis is bad.
Well, back to your original point, there was. I thought she'd be on the poster because she was a rising star at this point, and I think that's why they cast her.
Yeah.
Because they just wanted another name.
Well, you want to know a fun fact about Mila Kunis playing Solara?
I do.
There's a certain lady by the name of Kristen Stewart that allegedly turned down the role to play Solara.
Kristen Stewart did?
Yeah. She turned it down because obviously there were going to be a lot of scheduling conflicts with Twilight New Moon, which came around the same time.
That's interesting. That's interesting to me.
So for you listening to this right now, try to visualize just take a moment and replace Mila Kunis. Mila
Kunis.
Wow, I can't say her name.
Mita.
Yes. Try switching Solaris for a second.
Yeah, to Kristen Stewart.
Yes.
You know what? She's proved herself in the past few years, too, with these indie films. And she's not a bad actor.
No.
So I don't know, with the direction in this movie, maybe she could have been great.
But I wonder who do oop. If she was actually in the movie, if she said yes and was in it, would her name have been on a poster? Because at that time, Twilight was really blowing up.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm going to think about that. I'm going to meditate on that.
Yeah.
Do some praying.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'd be praying for.
I don't know. Just make sure you end it with amen.
Amen.
That's the word.
Amen.
That's the word you're looking for.
That scene was when she brought it down so much because he was like yelling in all powerhouse and she was like, ah!
That is fair. When watching it again is like, okay. Yeah. But again, I don't think she did a bad job.
No. I'd never say she did a bad job.
It's just, come on, you're going up against Gary Oldman.
Fuck, man.
A titan.
Imagine coming off a sitcom and having to act next to
Gary Oldman. Coming off a sitcom that has laugh tracks and stuff.
Yeah, pause. Yeah. Okay.
So, anywho,
Hudson Grace for Mila Kunis.
Yeah. So, what do you think of the story overall?
Shut up, Meg. Well, the story was great. I mean, the idea of it was awesome. Yeah. I really enjoy this, the good and the bad of spiritualism, which is funny because I'm going to bring that up in another review as well. But the good and bad of spiritualism and how it can be used well and how it can be used not so well. Mm-hmm. And I don't think this movie, it took a side. It definitely took a side.
Yeah.
But it's not like Christians are great and they're going to save the planet. What it says is knowledge is great and that'll save the planet. And I think they did a good job with that. So it wasn't like this, Mel Gibson's The Passion. It didn't feel like it was have this agenda for you as much as other movies sometimes do when they have like a kind of Christian or Catholic undertone.
Right. A strong underhand tone.
Yeah, and I was kind of worried about that coming in, but it was honestly quite good because what they wanted it for was just continuing on just knowledge. And whether that be, as a Christian myself, I took it as that's really nice and really beautiful.
Yeah.
But for someone who's not a Christian watching this movie, they can be like, okay, that makes sense because it's a literary work that we do need in the world.
Knowledge is power.
Amen.
And if you have the ability to say the word that speaks to the heart, you can control those people.
And that's what Gary Oldman was doing.
Exactly.
He wanted to be prophetic.
He wanted to use it to expand his power, basically become the next Joel Osteen, like, create his own mega church,
exactly what he wanted.
Yeah.
He's like, if I quote this book, I will have power. And that's
exactly, because that's what the people want.
Yeah.
They want that leadership. They want that's to be saved.
Yeah.
And all that. Which, again, I just think of his character as like, those mega church pastors, Joel Osteen, specifically. Being the smooth talker and all that.
Yeah, little southern
which was so great for Eli to be like, that's awesome. Yeah, that's great. You want to spread the word, but I got to take this somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like he's
like good for you.
Yeah, he's like, good for you, but this book belongs somewhere else.
Yeah.
Can't give it to you.
Yeah, that was nice. That was really nice. And that's why, again, I think, I liked the story. I liked the side characters, like its little side quests here and there. It felt very Western, you're right, in that sense.
Yes,
and
I absolutely loved the music that they did with this. I loved that theme.
The theme got me, for sure.
Yeah, like...
and then like it was really simple.
It was so good. I personally felt that it was a great combination of taking old like spaghetti western music, but still like having the roots of it, but obviously new age, because post-apocalyptic. Obviously we're not root tootin' cowboys.
It's funny because the line could have been played on a steel like a slide, and it would have sounded very Western.
Right. It just had that feel of the low drone and just an instrument playing a melody line.
Yeah,
it's
totally.
very simplistic, but man, they just did it in the right way that made it feel, again, paying homage to its roots of a Western, but
part of this world. Yes,
you're in a post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, they did a good job at putting you in a world and making you feel like you were there. Which I love.
Yeah. The music's fantastic. I just said yeah again.
Yeah.
Damn it. My wife pointed out that I say yeah too often.
Yeah.
So
we should
thanks,
get
babe.
T-shirts. Here's looking at you, kid.
Here's looking at you, kid. Thanks. So we got through overall enjoyment of the movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. You enjoyed the movie.
I enjoyed it.
Fantastic. You like the story?
I like the story.
Cool.
It was straightforward, but I liked it.
What about all the characters?
Again,
favorite character, least favorite character, or like what?
They tie.
How do you feel?
Those two tie.
Which two?
Gary Oldman and
Denzel Washington, with favorite.
Yeah, they're
gotcha.
They're right up there, and everyone else is kind of like, doop. And well, Tom Waits is right below them, and then everyone else is right below that.
Yeah, I think Tom Waits would have been up there if obviously his character had more of a role.
Yeah.
But clearly he was just written as more of a side, just to help. His character made sense.
Yeah.
But clearly was used to kind of help push the plot forward.
Yeah, it was perfect. Just to go across the street for a drink.
Straight up. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Thanks, Dylan.
Thanks, Dylan.
Helman Fjord.
God damn it.
No, his character obviously, the whole point was to get Eli to go to the bar.
Yeah.
Which then ended in Eli killing a bunch of dudes
and starting the movie kind of
a very John Wick fashion. And
it was.
And then of course, Gary Oldman, Carnegie. His character's name is Carnegie.
Yeah, I put on subtitles because you told me to, and I was like, it helped me with the names a lot more.
Yes,
so that's smart.
Red Ridge, Carnegie.
Yeah. I was what was I gonna say? Oh, this movie does have a little bit of a magical like aspect to it, because he's like getting shot. He doesn't get hurt because his, when he was sent on this mission, he's basically given like literal plot armor.
Yeah.
From the Bible, which is really or not the Bible, but his quest or whatever it is.
But essentially God himself.
Yeah, which is really neat. I was like, putting in a little magic was like, oh,
yeah,
that's daring.
I thought it was fantastic because it does play with. I mean, you read the Bible, you read about these miracles that Jesus did, you read about these miracles that happened for other believers in Christ.
We have people
believers
like Moses.
in God.
He was very Moses-esque.
Yes, the 3 men who stood up to King Nebuchadnezzar, they were thrown into the fire, and they came out unscathed.
Right, and having the Book of Eli was really very. This is this is a reboot sequel of the Bible. Almost. It was really interesting. It was like, you're going to like put another book in, which is like, if it happened now, I'd kind of groan a little more, but it was less of that sequel stuff. Yeah. But it was kind of like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, because it did feel like almost like a book of the Bible in a way with that plot armor.
Oh, that's why they called it the Book of Eli.
There we go. Yeah.
This was the story of a young man named Eli, who in a post-apocalyptic world saved the Word of God.
Yeah.
He saved the Word of God. And
which is
like
really cool.
I love the story. I just love the story.
Yeah, totally.
I thought it was very cool. It made sense. It's gonna kind of go into how I think the movie could have ended better or things they could have done better with the film.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's those moments when Carnegie tells Redridge, I like this guy, shoot him.
Yes.
As Eli's walking away, Redridge fires the first shot, completely misses.
Right.
He even he takes aim.
Yeah.
Misses. Looks at the gun like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, I don't miss.
Did he let him go?
And then takes a second shot and hits like
his backpack.
His backpack, which I guess technically should have went through.
Right. Maybe because the Bible was in there. I don't know.
I don't think so, because it didn't look like there were any marks on the Bible.
Yeah.
When you see it later in the film.
Well, no, but it was just like maybe the Bible was protected just like he is.
True.
I don't know. Maybe, but I don't know. But okay. At the end of that scene, Redridge doesn't shoot him. Is that just because he knows it won't work? You think? Because that kind of confused me a little bit.
Personally, I feel after everything that just happened, because he fires the second shot. Nothing happens. Well, he hits, but Eli is completely unscathed.
And the whole town fires him.
And
too.
then the whole shootout happens, and with a pistol, Eli is like sniping dudes and stuff, like just taking them out. All this. I think Redridge at that moment I think for him something clicked in his mind, like this guy is beyond us.
That's what I was hoping
shooting him.
For, though,
it's going to do nothing.
I was kind of hoping he would have like this almost come to Jesus moment.
Yeah.
But out of that, but he kind of went back into, I guess he was now just only for Solaris, right?
Yeah.
But it was kind of, I wanted to see that kind of change of heart maybe with the character.
Right. It felt like it was happening the moment he seriously, Eli is facing him.
Yeah.
Right there, straight shot, but he chooses not to shoot him.
Right.
Interesting.
Super
very
interesting.
Yeah. But we'll talk more on that later.
Okay.
So going through, characters. So obviously Solaris, not a fan.
Yeah, everyone else.
I'm guessing.
Everyone else was. I mean, I didn't dislike her character. I just didn't like how it was portrayed.
Fair enough.
I liked the characters. Yeah, that's just kind of a blanket statement. Liked them. They were necessary. There wasn't really an unnecessary character.
I agree.
There you go. There you go.
Let's see.
A+.
Let's see.
Got more questions for me, John boy?
Kinda.
You got more questions for me, Daddy?
More questions. Well, I wouldn't say for Daddy.
Okay.
Because that's no, thank you. No, thank you.
Daddy,
it's not my cup of tea, Michael.
All right, fine.
No. How did you feel about the product placement in this film?
I laughed out loud a few times.
Yeah.
Really ham-fisted. That was one of the things I was going to bring up when I was thinking about how I'd make it better.
Yeah.
Because it was really like, whether it was in Beats. First one was Beats.
Yeah.
Motorola was on the megaphone. They had a big old, what was the store? What was the store?
Oh, I don't know the store one. I know there was the Bush beer.
Bush beer.
Yep, there was that, and then also GMC vehicles.
Yeah.
Lifts up the garage door and GMC. Just things like that made me laugh. But
yeah,
it's like,
and Motorola is
I
not a
can't-
thing anymore, right? Is Motorola still a thing?
yeah, well, maybe.
I haven't heard about it since like 2010.
I actually
Maybe the movie
I
killed
don't
it.
know. I don't know. That was their last ditch effort.
Yeah. I did
Come
like
on.
the old iPod. That was cool.
Yeah,
That was neat.
like product placement in movies really makes me laugh. This movie, it did still make me laugh, but at the same time, it made more sense. I mean, yeah, if the world was to, end right now,
We're still gonna have those.
people are gonna
things.
walk around with Dre beats still. People are still gonna have. There's gonna be GMC vehicles.
Yeah.
There's gonna be,
I just the way they did it. You agree with me, right? It was like
Yeah.
like I'm gonna put in my beats and then turn to the right. You know,
Yes.
it's like
the camera is facing perfectly to see the inside of my ear to
Literally
see the Dre beats.
everything in this movie is gray except for these big old red beats. Like it was hilarious. They were
Oh,
so.
yeah.
That was the first time. That was the worst one for me.
Okay.
Anyway, I have to bring up something that is not any bit related to this. The action sequences in this movie are its strong point by very, 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 very far. There was a scene at like the big shootout scene with this house. It's basically what they're trying to do is like mimic a one shot.
Yes.
They follow
I
in the
noticed
window.
that. Yes.
And you're checking with each guy, and then you're going back out, and it was really, 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 really well done. Like this movie, if that was
Yes.
the entire thing, this would have been an Oscar winner. This would have been huge.
I
That
agree.
was incredible.
It would have been like the movie 1917. Have you seen that movie?
No, not yet, not yet. It's definitely.
All right.
I
All
heard
right.
it's great.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will do 1917 in the near future.
All right, I'm excited to see that movie.
Okay.
But yeah, it was just so spectacular. I really, 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 really liked it.
Yeah, that scene is very, very well done. It just, it has this one shot feel. Mm-hmm. Very good.
Go in
Very
through
good
the
stuff.
window.
Yes.
And let's just check on her. And they're making little quips. It was fun. It was like, God damn, this is how action scenes should always be. You felt immersed. You knew where everyone was. You know, like it wasn't Jason Bourne, cut. It was like you knew where everything was. You knew how the good guys were doing and the bad guys were doing. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
No, I think, I absolutely love that scene.
Yeah.
My personal favorite scene in the whole film is actually near the very beginning.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. When he gets like jumped by those highwaymen, and he cuts that dude's hand off.
Yeah.
Like one of the reasons why it was my favorite, and I love it even more watching it a second time, is because the way he the guy gets his hand cut off, and he's starting to go into shock.
Yeah.
And he says, "Kiss him."
Kiss him.
And they're all like, "Do you say kiss?"
He meant kill him.
Yeah. But like Denzel's character, smooth as fuck,
Yep.
saying, he's in shock. He meant to say kill him.
Yep.
As he slowly walks into the shadows. But it's like, I love that scene, one, because the way it starts with him slowly walking into the shadows, correcting him,
Yep.
is badass. And two, finding out that he's blind,
Yep.
it's almost like he's pulling them into his world.
Yeah.
As he fades into the shadows.
Yeah.
Even though obviously they could still see him clear as day because it's daytime, even though he's in, a shadowy underbridge.
Yeah.
It just had that visual feel, and then you just have a side shot of the whole fight and he's just obliterating everybody, with
So
his
good.
trusty machete.
And that was still one. That was still one shot. That was still the same thing. It was
Yes.
right here.
Yes.
It didn't move. You saw everything. It was
Yep.
really nice.
I love that scene so much.
And then he goes
There's
up
just,
to him.
I took so much from it.
Yeah.
I feel, there's so many moving parts to me in that moment. I just, fantastic.
I thought it was great too. I really thought that was really nice.
Yes.
And with the, almost the mercy killing of this guy, kind of giving him a hug, like.
Yeah. When he pushes away his hand. He's like, I told you
you're not
weren't
going to
get your hand back. And the guy just kindly remarks, "Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
You did." He knows he lost.
Yeah.
He's not going to try to be one of those guys like, see you in hell,
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Like, he knows.
And he was almost comforted.
He's done for. Yeah.
Which is really kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. We should bring up more favorite scenes in these. That's fun.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, you know what? Little bit of yin and yang there, Michael. We talked about our favorite scene. What's your least favorite scene?
Oh,
well, actually, sorry. 2 steps back, my friend.
2 steps back. I'm getting too excited.
Was the shootout near the end? Was that your favorite scene?
Shootout was my favorite scene, just how it was done. And character development during.
Just wanted to clarify that. I'm pretty sure you said that when you were talking about it earlier. But just want to make sure.
I had 2.
What's your least favorite? Or do you have
I have
a tie?
2 least favorites.
Oh.
Yeah. No, never mind. My least favorite scene is that horrible green screen when they're on the boat. I just couldn't break away.
Okay.
And it was kind of weird. I mean, I know, like, I was watching it with Arya, woke up, like, around that time, and she's like, he looks like he's shot. Why isn't she rowing? And I was like, Arya, you weren't here for the movie. But also, I was like, that's a good point. And but they switched.
Because he's a man, damn it. He's going to do it himself.
That doesn't seem like Denzel's
Not to
character.
say that that's the reason, but, I mean,
maybe
he clearly has his mission.
Yeah.
He's going to do it himself if you know what I mean.
I just thought it was kind of like...
that is a funny point.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. He just walks out in a row. What is he doing? Oh, I guess you're right. I mean, and the movie did such a good job at, again, like, you can hide green screen, all these kinds of things, or blue screen. I don't even know when that came in. But, like, you can hide all these things pretty well when it's so bleak and so whatever. But when that sun came out, you're like... Yeah, you can start seeing those issues kind of pop up a little bit.
Okay.
That was probably my least favorite scene, just because it did take me out of the movie.
I'll have to watch it again.
Yeah.
Because seriously, I never really noticed it.
Yeah, that's good.
I just never really noticed it.
That's really good, because I kind of felt like I was watching James Bond surf paraglide surf a water, a wave or something, whatever he was doing. I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
It was terrible. Or glaciers, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
James
Pierce Bronson.
Bond.
Pierce
Anyways.
Bronson's last time as James Bond, he had to go out like that. Ain't that a damn shame?
He got paid.
Yeah, he got paid. He's fine. Pierce Bronson's fine.
He got to be a Bond.
Then he got to be he hasn't been in many things recently.
Not that I've known of.
Pierce Bronson.
But
what was your least favorite scene, John? Did you have one?
Man,
I feel like you like this movie like a lot.
I do really like this movie.
Yeah.
Because so many. I guess not so many reasons, but I guess it's the whole cohesive idea of, God working in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
That's just the vibe I get from this whole film.
I felt like it was like a good. You don't see a whole lot of good, like, God-based, even maybe Christian-based movies.
Right.
So
but
it was kind of nice.
This one, it just felt really good to watch. You know.
Yeah.
Just that feel of, you know, the God undertaking, I guess, or
literally
like
working
what's
in your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like moving.
Yeah. I just thought that was really cool.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Whether you are religious or not.
Yeah.
I thought it was really, really cool, especially considering that he goes to Alcatraz, and they have this whole printing press there. This essentially like just restoring history.
Yeah.
He gets the first print. They print the new Bible.
Yeah.
I guess. And if you notice, he puts it next to the Quran and another religious book that I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, I didn't catch that.
But
That's
he
awesome.
puts it in a section like it's
Religious
like,
text.
Yeah, it wasn't that underhand Christian thing of like, oh, the Holy Bible is the only religion that
Now
matters.
we'll make it back.
It's like, it was just preserving history.
yeah.
Like religion is history.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people have done some really terrible things because of religion, which is historically documented. But you also have people who have done a lot of really great things because of religion that is historically documented. Not just from the Holy Bible, but from the Quran and all these other sacred texts.
That are super important for history.
Yes.
I was watching this, and I kind of got a feeling, and I know this is a little deep for good old Filmabuster, but I got this feeling when I watched Hamilton, I felt patriotic.
Okay.
And it's been hard to be patriotic.
Yeah.
For me recently.
Oh, of course.
For a lot of America.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, it really sucked. But watching, I was like, oh, like the world turned upside down. I was like, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling really, really good. And I can go out in a time that's like kind of like weird and split and kind of feel good about being patriotic, but still have my, reservations.
Of course.
And then when it comes to religion, again, same thing. It's like sometimes it's hard to feel proud of being a Christian, a white Christian guy.
Absolutely.
Because it's like, oh, all the shit we've done. But then it's like watching a movie like this that does make it kind of like, this is important. Mm-hmm. Made me feel very good.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the same kind of good, but it was similar.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of Hamilton in that sense, which was really nice. Again, watching this movie was fun for me. That was one of the reasons it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Ah, fair enough. Very cool. Very cool.
Very cool. Deep.
But yeah, I guess going back to least favorite scene, I guess it wasn't.
Yeah.
Man. I don't really have a least favorite scene per se, but I guess it's just one moment with Carnegie's character that made me like slap my head of like,
What happened?
why? And it's when he finally gets the book from Eli and decides to shoot Eli to like prove his point that he's like any other man. You put a bullet in him, he goes down. But it's like, dude, you have the book. You look at it, you should clearly know that there's a locking mechanism on it.
Yeah.
You're not going to immediately ask for a key. You're not going to immediately interrogate, like, you're not going to try to open it right then and there.
Yeah.
You're going to take it all the way back. You know what I mean? Like, that to me was just a little stupid on his part. I can understand you're so happy you finally got it that you're not thinking clearly. Mm-hmm. But then again, you looked at the book, you can clearly see there's a lock on the side,
Yeah. I think what they were kind of trying to do there, I don't know if it was done well, but it was like that super prideful, almost unraveling point of this character. Because this character is in a constant, downward spiral throughout the movie. When you first meet him, he's pretty well composed.
Yes.
And he just kind of loses it. Yeah. So I think that might be kind of why they just did that.
Which, I mean, to be fair, Solara's mom does point that out near the end. She's like, you're so close to what you've always wanted.
Yeah.
But you might as well be miles away from it.
Yeah.
Like that's basically how he felt the moment he found out that Eli had a Bible with him. Mm-hmm. It was just like, oh my God, it is literally right
here. Yeah.
Here, but I can't get it. He's killing all my men. I can't get it from him. It's right there.
Yeah, definitely make him unravel a little bit, which is kind of fun to see.
Right. I don't know. It just would have been nice if maybe they added in, like some
dialogue or something.
Yeah, some dialogue of like, is there a key? Blah blah blah. Like
I'll figure it out. Douche, or something like that. Maybe even
exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So that's how you'd make it better too.
Yes. I just now thought of that right now of like how to make it better.
You're killing it.
Because he's like, I have a locksmith back at town.
Yeah.
Let's just go back. Whatever.
Right. Maybe just adding a little bit.
Because the house was basically like obliterated at that point. Trying to find a key in a blown up house. Needle in a haystack. Good luck.
Yeah, show that he's a little like being hasty kind of messed him up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like having a dialogue that was like, screw it. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Let me double check my questions we've got here.
Yeah, totally, man.
I wanna make sure we're not like running over anything, per se.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's some dead space right now. Sorry.
Yeah, we're not gonna edit this out either. You just have to listen to us.
Okay, cool. Well, actually, I'm gonna go into. It seems like we've gone through all the.
I think we've gone through most of it. Yeah,
most of the questions. So I'm just gonna get through right down to some nice little fun facts.
Please give me fun
for all
facts.
of you gentle listeners.
Everybody sit back, relax. Fun facts.
Yes. So Denzel, the Denzel Washington,
Woo!
he performed all hand-to-hand stunts in the film.
Really?
Yes. So like the bar scene,
That's
the bar
great.
fight and stuff. Like
I was like
did that
sure
himself.
he had a stuntman.
I think he did for other sections,
Yeah.
but for moments like that was all him. Which, fun fact, he studied martial arts under Dan Inosanto.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I mispronounced that last name, so I apologize. But that man was a protege of Bruce Lee.
Really?
So he studied under the guy who studied under Bruce Lee.
Wow. That's badass.
Yeah, which is really, really cool.
That makes Denzel Washington even cooler.
Yeah, I know.
It's so hard to do.
know. It also said that he lost 50 pounds for this role.
Was
I don't
he
know.
big before that or something? Because he
I
was
don't-
kind of chunky in this.
I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know if it was he lost 50 pounds to be in this role or if he lost 50 pounds while filming
Maybe.
this. You know what I mean?
Maybe a lot of work, yeah.
Because to be fair, they're out in the hot sun in
Yeah.
New Mexico.
Mhm.
Like I could see you losing weight over time doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
And to
I
be
mean-
fair, he's heavily clothed the whole time.
Yeah, you can't
So
really
if
tell.
he does lose weight, you're not really gonna notice.
No, you're right. He was. But Denzel has lost and gained weight for roles. Maybe he gained weight for another role or something.
True.
Maybe?
True.
I don't know.
I don't know. That's kind of an alleged fun fact.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
says he lost 50 pounds, but I don't know.
Do
I
your
have to
research, internet.
Look more into that. I could see it, I guess. Anyways.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I loved the fact that they talked about cannibalism.
Yes.
They didn't. I mean, yeah, they did talk about cannibalism.
Well, that's why they had their
Straight
hands up.
Yes.
Which
yes.
finally answered that
'Cause
question for me.
When I first watched the movie, I was like, why are they always asking about his hands?
I thought it was something on his fingernails or something like that.
I thought, yeah, it might have been the fingernails, or if if there were like a certain group of people that
Branded,
like,
yeah, that's what I thought,
branded,
too.
or if there was some sort of like civilizations that rose, because from what Wikipedia says, and I don't remember if it says anywhere in the movie, but apparently this movie takes place 30 years after the world goes to shit.
That makes sense with the timeline a little bit with the
So,
characters' ages and stuff.
Yes, and they do say like, oh, these people can't read, yada yada. I'm like, why can't people read? But then again, 30 years, that's
Substantial.
yeah, that's basically a generation.
Yeah, I mean, Mila Kunis is like 25 in this role or something like that?
Yeah, 30
So-
years is pretty much a generation.
Yeah.
Which you can lose the ability to read rather quickly.
Yeah. Burn all the Bibles and books and shit.
Yeah. Let's see. But yes, going back to the cannibalism. So the shaky hands thing. Apparently, when you eat brains or certain parts of spinal columns,
You do get shaky hands?
spinal. Yes, you can actually get a disease that makes your limbs shaky. That's the first symptom of it.
Wow.
And it is called, I know I'm going to mispronounce this,
Here we go.
Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. So
That's cool. I didn't know that. I thought that was just like a little fun movie
no,
thing.
apparently that's a real thing. If you eat human brains and spines,
Yeah.
you can actually get that disease.
spinal fluid, maybe?
Yeah.
That's
not,
crazy.
I don't think you're actually eating the bone itself.
Yeah, that'd be kind of difficult.
Um,
Make a stew.
yeah, you'll actually get shaky hands
Wow.
and all that. Which they do. They don't say the disease, but they do say when
Yeah, all we
when they
knew-
meet that old couple, and they're like, "Did you see her hands were shaky? They ate these people. We got to get out of here."
I just love how they give them tea because if you're holding it, you're just going to hear that little ding, ding, and it was like you heard it throughout the scene. You're like, I know there's something wrong with shaking. I don't know what it is.
But then again, you also think, "Oh, she's just old. She might have
Which
Parkinson's."
could have been, yeah. Which
Yeah.
was kind of a cool.
She might just have some Parkinson's.
Yeah.
But then it makes me wonder, what was that tea they were drinking? What was it made out of?
Yeah, because they're like,
What-
this
'cause
is really
they-
strong.
Yeah, they're both. I think Mila Kunis is like, it's rich,
Yeah,
very
yeah,
very
very
rich. Yeah. Like
was
clearly they did not like it, but hey, they're happy to be alive and not get shot.
That lady was the lady who played the giant who banged Hagrid.
Yes, actually, three characters in this movie starred in Harry Potter.
There you go.
So yeah, she's one of them.
That's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Potter, it's there in your pocket.
Yep.
Anyway, sorry.
You are a wizard, Harry. And Harry replied, "You are a hairy wizard." Hey, thanks for coming to Filibuster, everybody. It's been great. All right, bye, everyone. That's such a bad joke. Okay, so another fun fact: Malcolm McDowell, aka the man who plays Lombardi. The man,
I like seeing Malcolm McDowell.
Yes,
I just heard his voice.
Meet at the end of the film in Alcatraz, who's running this like printing press.
Yeah.
Kind of a fun little correlation because Fallout 3, there are a lot of comparisons between this film and Fallout 3.
Okay.
All right, because yes, there's cannibalism, you got factions, people are trading goods instead of like actual money to get things. It's a kill or be killed situation. Yeah. Just like with Fallout.
Right.
Everything that Fallout has been, but Fallout 3 specifically because that was the most recent game that came out, this movie coming out. But there is kind of a little funny connection between the two, and that is Malcolm McDowell.
Really?
Yeah, funny enough. So obviously he is in the Book of Eli. He plays Lombardi, and he is also the voice of the president of Enclave in Fallout 3.
That's cool. He's wonderful. He's like such an underrated actor.
I agree. He's got a very cool voice.
And a very cool like filmography, but he's also been in so many stinkers.
Yeah, unfortunately. That happens to a lot of actors. There's some great actors, but they just end up in like not so great movies.
Yeah.
I feel like personally
he takes a lot of jobs too. He's like
Idris Elba's kind of in that ballpark.
Which is too bad.
He's been in a lot of good movies. Don't get me wrong. He's been in a lot of great films, but he's also been in a lot of stinkers.
He's signed up for a lot of big stinkers too.
So it's a really weird divide of some people like Idris Elba, some people don't like him, but it's like I don't know.
Look out for Suicide Squad. We'll see what happens.
Personal opinion, he should be the next James Bond, but that's
what I
just me.
said. I've been saying that since day one, bud.
He should be.
Yeah, he should be. He's so freaking suave.
I know.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking dude. He's got the voice.
He's got the stature too.
He's got the voice. He's got the stature. He's got the package.
Yeah, listen up.
Physically and literally.
Listen up, Hollywood. He's got the physical package. Oh my god.
Yeah, all right, another fun fact as we are cruising through these fun facts.
Cruising.
All right, Eli can be a variant for the word God.
Why did I know that?
I don't know.
I think I had little coffee mugs when I was a kid. Or
there's a few different languages. Hebrew is one of them. I know for sure.
Okay.
Eli is basically a variant of God. But my favorite part about this is in Turkish, Eli translates to his/her hand.
See, that's probably what they were thinking about.
Yes, that's what I'm feeling too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah,
because it goes with like how I feel about this movie. Like this man was clearly chosen by God to preserve the word of God. You know, like the Book of Eli is about one man in the post-apocalyptic times who saved this book.
Yes.
You know, he is working as God's hand.
Yeah. Hand of God right there. Yeah.
Yeah. It just it
almost with wrath
and
like being kind or whatever like that, like
salvation.
Yeah, like a salvation and wrath kind of thing. It's kind of cool. Yeah,
yes.
They were probably thinking about that.
Right. And it makes sense. Like Eli is not a good. Well, he is a good person, but he's not perfect by any means.
He's still human.
When those people get attacked, I'm 99% sure that woman gets raped. She definitely gets killed.
Stay the course.
He hides out because he knows, like, this isn't part of my mission. Stay the course. Stay the course.
Which he does say at the end. He's like, I haven't been thinking about other people, which is nice to see that character growth in the lead character as well.
Yes, definitely. Which was interesting also when he decides that, you know what, I am going to go save Solara.
Yeah.
He didn't have to. He was saying that same mantra to himself again, like stay on the course. Stay on the course. But then he stops and turns around. Like, almost as though like the voice he was hearing in his head, the voice of God, was like, no, you need to actually save her.
Yeah.
Because it's part of the plan.
Yep. No, I like that character growth. A lot of lead characters you don't see. I mean, you do, but a lot of action lead characters, you see a lot of like it's not them who's changing; it's the world around them that's changing.
Yeah. Well, those are. I think that's considered a flat arc character arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they literally just they stay the same.
They're meant to be kind of like the almost messiah figure themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So here, it was kind of like the flawed person, which is
I believe Goku is a flat character.
There you go. There you go. That makes sense.
Like he has his motives and he does have moments of growth, but
really not.
He's really just the same person. He's just the same person.
Yeah, I could even argue Neo. I know he kind of like unlocks something, but it's like he's still Keanu. Well, he's Keanu Reeves, so he's still Keanu Reeves. But yeah, I don't know. It was nice to see that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Next thing, which is, how would you make this movie better if you wanted to?
I'd cut it down a little bit.
Cut it down?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How?
It was a little
Why?
long. It was a little long.
How would
There
you
were
cut it? How'd you
beautiful
cut it
walking.
down?
There was
What do you
beautiful
mean it was a
walking.
little
It was a
long?
little long, John boy. It was a little long. It was like the ending kind of wasn't necessary when she's walking back out. I didn't need to see that. She could have just been like, "Yeah, I'm going back." And then like a few of the walking scenes are like, I get it. It's a walking movie, but it's like, I don't know. Like it was kind of dull in terms a little bit. I dare to say.
Boy, you making me upset right now. No, I understand.
I'm not saying that it needs to be action-packed every freaking second. It's just, it doesn't need as much walking. And it could have been cut down, and it could have been a much easier digested film.
Okay.
Now, I'll say it.
Objection!
How would you make it better?
Objection! How would I make it better?
Yeah.
So,
that one scene we talked about.
yes. So it all comes down to Redridge,
Uh-huh.
a.k.a. Carnegie's right-hand man.
Yeah.
I think the movie would have been better if they did more with his character. Because, again, they have a moment where he decides to let Eli go. Mm-hmm. Because clearly there's something in his brain, there's something in his mind that's telling him, I'm not going to kill this man. It's not going to happen. I could try, as I've literally been trying this past, 3-4 minutes.
Right.
But look where that got me. Look where that got all these men dead. He has this moment. The way he looks at the gun when he misses the first shot. He's just he's baffled. He doesn't know what's happening. Something in his mind is clicking. Or it's trying to click,
Yeah.
There's gears turning for sure. And then he actually he makes a barter or a trade, so to speak, with Carnegie. And Carnegie's even just like, what?
Are you going to do this now?
Yeah, like, this isn't almost as though this is the first time he's ever tried that.
Yeah.
He's acting different. So I would not have had Redridge die the way he did. If at all.
I would agree with that. Maybe, I think it's because Gary Oldman's such a big name, but I think he might have been better off if he actually had taken out Gary Oldman and whatever, not as the bigger bad, but maybe just to let them go or something. I don't know. I know that'd be kind of a weird ending.
So basically, I'm gonna run you all through this. Okay. So sorry if this is a little wordy. Sorry if this takes a hot minute, but I know who you are listening, and I appreciate you. I actually don't. Well, I might know who you are. Moving
Odds
on.
are we know who you are.
But anyways, so here's how I would have changed it. So still have the events play out like they do. Okay, going to the old people's houses, Martha and George, I believe. Having them be there, the shootout happens, both George and Martha die, unfortunately, but they take out some bastards along the way because they're old, but they're resilient. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, quick side note. I love the scene where they're like, do you have any more guns? And George is like, let me show you. And he flips the couch up, and it's just an arsenal. Yeah. Friggin' armory inside a couch that they were just sitting on.
He was so cool.
That was pretty cool. Anyways, going back to this. So Carnegie, again, he notices there's a lock mechanism. He asks Eli, where's the key? But Eli says, nah, I'm not telling you. You're going to have to find it in that rubble.
Right.
Basically.
Right.
Kick sand, dude. Kick rocks. Pound sand. Whatever. Insert FU quote here. To which Carnegie then shoots him, to prove his point that he said earlier in the movie, that any man falls if you put a bullet in him. And then says, whatever, the locksmith can get this open. Let's get out of here. Leave him to die. And all that. And they take Solara because obviously Redridge wanted Solara, for going out there, doing all this crap. So they go, they're driving, all this. Now, instead of Solara throwing the vehicle out of whack, to get it to like flip over and yada yada, thus leading to the driver of that vehicle and also Redridge to die, I think it would have been cooler if either A, Solara convinces Redridge to turn coat and help Eli.
Yep.
Convinces him to do that. Basically reinforcing the fact that, dude, Carnegie is evil. He doesn't give a shit about you.
And he's noticing this when he shoots him. Exactly. You see it.
And, obviously Redridge wanted Solara, and then Carnegie uses Solara, holds a gun to her throat, and, Redridge reacts. He's just like, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you better not shoot her.
Give her the book.
Yeah, like
give him the book. Yeah.
The tension's already there. The seed is planted.
Because in that scene, he's looking at him like, why'd you shoot him? Next scene, he's playing with his machete or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? That doesn't make sense. I don't know if it was cut out. Maybe they had a plan with him. They didn't have enough time.
Maybe there was a deleted scene.
Yeah.
That could have added more to the context. If there is, comment and let me know.
Yeah, let us know.
Just me. Don't let Mike know.
Oh, let John know.
Just let me know. I want the information. Give it to me. I am the next Joel Osteen. Anyways, so she convinces, hey, we should turn coat.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. To which, so I would argue, and also I would change that their car would be in the front. Okay? Because, Redridge, he is kind of like the lead henchman. He is,
right.
And so when you are doing convoys, you never want a guy like Carnegie to be in the front.
It's like Secret Service. You're on either side. Yeah.
Yes. You never want Carnegie to be in the front. You also don't want him to be in the very back either.
Yep.
So, nonetheless, I would put the vehicle that Solara and Redridge are in front of the convoy. And thus, I would convince Redridge to turn. So he either A, shoots the guy driving and takes control of the vehicle, or B, shoves the guy out of the vehicle, whatever, basically takes over the vehicle, but there's clearly a ruckus that happens.
Uses the machete.
That makes the rest of the convoy go, oh shit, something's going on here, and so...
So kind of the same scene-ish.
Kind of, but instead of Redridge dying, he's now helping.
Right.
Thus, we can start a cool little car chase scene, or maybe even a mini shootout that happens between them. And obviously Redridge and so you could either have Redridge die covering Solara as a getaway. You could either have him die that regard, or they both just get away. And like how Solara was able to throw a grenade under one of the cars, blow it up, you know, maybe Solara could still do that, or Redridge does it. Nonetheless, they still take out a few of the troops, to which, Carnegie's like, screw it, fuck them. I have what I wanted. The guy, even in the movie, the guy says, he's like, we barely have enough fuel to get back.
Yeah.
We don't have enough fuel to chase them and make it back to town. So they're like, screw it. Let them go. Let the turncoats leave. Let's get out of here. They go. They find Eli. Basically, everything plays out more. But instead, with Redridge by their side.
They could do that, or they could send Redridge to go save the mom.
Then, yes. So then it correlates to Solara, Mila Kunis' character, and Redridge What's the actor's name again? Fox Stevenson? No, Fox Stevenson is an EDM artist. I'm sorry.
Same guy.
No. I have to get the actor's name. It's not fair to him for me to not know his name.
That would have taken out that last scene too that I didn't like so
Ray
much.
Stevenson, not Fox Stevenson.
Ray Stevenson.
Fox Stevenson is a good artist, by the way. You should check him out. But Ray Stevenson. It would have made sense for like Mila Kunis' character, Solara, to come out and suddenly she's a badass fighter now and stuff. It's like, I mean, sure, I guess Eli could have taught her some things.
Yeah.
But I don't know about you, but when you have a bullet wound and you are also trying to, recite the whole Bible by memory, you're going to be a bit busy.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to have time to like teach someone how to be a fighter, how to be a gunslinger or anything like that. No. So it would have been cool to have Redridge there to like, they don't have to be a couple. All right. Don't think that,
I think that'd be better.
But it would have been cool if, it would have made more sense. Like, Redridge could have taught her to be a fighter. Yeah. Redridge could have helped her, like shoot a gun or be more skilled. Yada, yada, yada. And then the movie ends with both of them suited up to go back to Carnegie's town and get her mom back.
I think that would have made so much more sense.
Exactly. It would have made more sense. I'm not saying that Solara can't be a good fighter on her own. I'm just saying, given the time limit, I don't think she would have been able to handle herself going out there alone.
No. That was like
I just don't think she would have had enough time or training.
Yeah. Maybe just having him in there too, maybe just to...
Exactly. Again, they
train her to be there.
They do these moments to set up that Redridge is going to turn. That like he's almost like
being drawn.
I don't want to say that he's beginning to believe in God.
Yeah.
But clearly he has something in his mind like there's more than
going
just,
on here. Yeah.
Yeah. There's more. There's something supernatural about this man.
Yeah. I don't know why they didn't go with that. It must have been a runtime thing. I don't know. But
it wouldn't have even taken that much more time.
I don't think it would have either.
Yeah.
But I mean, with what we have, but they must have had something. You know what I'm saying? Like they must have been something.
I think personally, I feel like that would have been a better ending. Also, if you really wanted to add more of a heavy God or Christian undertone to it, you could have ended the film with Solara. Or Solara and Redridge, if we have the ending where they both survive and they both have a copy of the Bible with them.
Yeah,
to go spread the word. But then again, that makes it more like truly centered on just Christianity and faith of Christianity, which would have that would have been
muddied the water a little bit, but
so. I don't know.
But either way, the original ending.
Me as a Christian, it would have been cool to see that. Yeah. But that's just my own bias.
Yeah, badass.
It could have been warriors of Christ, warriors of God. Hail Jesus.
Hail Jesus.
Anyways.
Yeah.
So basically, bottom line, Wedwidge will survive.
Hi, Wedwidge. You're so big and handsome.
Redridge should have survived, and that's how he should have survived, and that's how it should have played out. I think that would have been cooler.
Amen.
All right.
All right.
Those are my thoughts.
Cool.
Okay. Now, the final thing that we always talk about is the ratings.
Ratings.
The ratings.
What'd it get on Rotten Tomatoes?
So,
it was really hard for me not to look that up.
It makes me upset, actually. So Rotten Tomatoes currently has it at 46%.
46%.
46%. But the audience score, you flip those numbers, you get 64.
64.
Yeah. So audience score is 64%, significantly higher than Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard it got bad reviews. I was trying not to look it up, but I mean, over the years, I've heard bad reviews.
But audience score clearly a lot better. Not fantastic. 64 is not great,
no.
But at the same time, it's not terrible. And most of the reviews are saying that, it's a good movie. Go see it.
Yeah. That's interesting how that works.
Yeah, which adds to my final question. Would you recommend this film?
I would recommend it. I mean, especially if you're among the Christian persuasion. But if you're not, it's also going to be fun. I would rate this movie.
Yeah, give it your rating.
I give it a 70.
70%?
Yeah.
Okay.
70%. So, yeah, I'm just going with percent this time. Yeah.
Very cool. Very, very cool. Thank you, Kanye. Very cool. No, 70%. I think that's that's a good spot. I personally would put it at 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
8%.
Solid 8.
I'm going to talk about how much I like this film, and now I'm going to give it like the worst score
worst score
possible.
ever.
I'm going to give it a negative 2%.
Go watch it. We hate you guys.
They owe me money for watching that film. No. I personally would give it an 80 out of 100.
Okay.
An 80%, an 8 out of 10, whatever.
Did you see it when it came out?
I did not see this film when it came out.
Was it spoiled for you?
Maybe. I really don't remember.
I was wondering if that might have been one of my issues, but yeah, 70.
Yeah.
70 and 80. Look at us.
Yep.
It's kind of close.
It's a great film. I highly recommend it to anyone listening to this who has not seen the movie yet.
Yeah.
Again, it is on HBO Max for free with your subscription. Just sign up, ask Mike for his password.
Yeah, please.
Actually, well, if you're going to ask him for the password, then don't sign up. Just ask Mike for a password. Go and just go watch it. It's a good film.
Yeah,
Good
if you have HBO Max, I'd definitely say go watch it. It's not going to hurt you.
No, not at all. How much is HBO Max? I'm using your account,
Right.
so I don't know how much it
I think
costs.
it's like $12 a month or something like that.
$12 a month. Okay.
I think it's where it was more expensive because I had HBO Now or HBO something like that. Yeah, because it was Hubba Now. When you want to watch a movie, Hubba Now.
Nice. Well, shoot, you could also just do a free trial.
Yeah, just do
Do a free trial. Watch Godzilla vs. Kong.
Right, watch that
and Book of Eli.
and binge Full Metal Alchemist.
Yes, you have a week.
You have a week.
Do
Go.
it. Do it.
All right, buddy. Cool.
All right. Any last remarks?
No,
Thoughts?
I just want to hear
concerns?
what the folks thought about this one because I
Okay.
am
Yeah,
really
yeah.
curious. Like, because with that low of a score, I am super curious what people think.
Definitely.
So yeah, let us know because
Definitely.
I'm just super curious.
Yeah. What are your thoughts? Do you think it was too religious? Do you think it was just the right amount of religion in post-apocalyptic Earth? I don't know. Give us your thoughts. Give us your ratings. Do you think my idea for an alternate ending where Red Ridge lives, do you think that's a bad idea? I don't know. Tell me.
Tear it apart.
Tell me.
All right, from us at Filibuster, the whole spiel. Bye.
Bye. Hey, it's John from Filmabuster. If you liked this episode, then like it. Weekly videos will be posted, so subscribe to stay updated.